Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I came to you guys with this very soft pink, glowy, dewy look. This look is not one of my favorite looks, but it is a super cute, super easy look. But we started off with our P.louise base. Then we went into our P.louise Secret Center palette and we just dipped into that lightest brown. And we just packed that light brown onto our lid. This color is going to be like our transition color. I'm just applying that onto my lid and shaping my eyes. We also then went into the lightest pink in this P.louise palette. After I did that, I realized I probably should have waited to apply that just because I wanted to put the base on the crease so that pink can pop a little bit more. Then I went into the darkest brown of the P.louise palette and I just added this brown along the line of the tape as well as the line of my eye because I want to create kind of like a sharp pointed edge cut crease. And at this point I finally got some sense to use that P.louise base on my crease so that I can make that pink color pop a lot more. I didn't take my time on this cut crease just because I wanted it to be soft. I didn't want any harsh lines. I just wanted it to be soft and blended. I will be doing more sharper cut creases, but this look I wanted it to be a very soft cut crease. So now I'm just adding more of that brown along the line of the tape just to kind of create more of like a V shape. And I'm just doing that for both eyes. What I'm doing is I'm dragging the brown along the line of the tape and along the line of my eyelid just to create a sharp edge or like a triangle cut, an angled cut, so to say. Now I'm just going to go into my Colored Rain Cosmetics single eyeshadow in the shade Angel Face. This is one of my favorite nude shadows. It applies perfectly. It's a really pretty color. And I use this quite often in my videos just because it's probably one of my favorite nudes, if not my favorite. And I'm just filling that in to where I added the base. And then I'm going to go right back over it with that brown wherever I added a little bit too much. For this look, I didn't really care if it wasn't perfect or precise because I just went back in and added more shadow on top of where I messed up. So now I'm going in with the pink from the Secret Center palette. This is a lighter pink. And I'm just going to apply that right on top of, or right in the center of my crease. Pretty much where my eyelid fold. Again, I wasn't really worried about the precision because as you can see, I just went back in with that brown from the original transition shade and just blend it over where I added the pink. So next I'm just going to go in with that darker brown again and just fill in where it's kind of gotten blended out. I want the cut or the cut of the brown eyeshadow to be very kind of bold but subtle at the same time. I'm just going back and forth with adding more brown and blending it into the lighter brown, adding more dark brown and blending that into the lighter brown. So I didn't have a brown eyeliner for this look, unfortunately, so I went in with the black one. I really wish I could have found my brown eyeliner, but I couldn't find it. So since I didn't have a brown eyeliner, I went ahead and just blotted that black eyeliner down so that it looked very, very faint because I didn't want it to be super bold. So then I just applied some mascara and some lashes. I will link the lashes down below. Next, I went in with my moisturizer. I went ahead and primed my face with the hangover primer like I always do. I know I have so much more primers, but I always just use this one. I don't know why. It's just my favorite one. It works with any foundation that I've used thus far. It works with, so that's just what I stick to, but I do have more and I will be using more in future videos. So next I went in with my L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I wish I could have found, I swear I have to do better with organizing my makeup, but I couldn't find the darker shade that I have in this foundation. I have 2 shades of this foundation because I love this foundation. I could only find the lighter shade of this foundation, which is unfortunate because I definitely needed to use the darker shade because my skin was a little bit darker than usual. Like I had said in my last video, I think I went swimming before filming these 2 looks, unfortunately, so I was a little bit darker than what I usually am. But as you can see, this foundation is just a little bit too light for my skin. But we worked with it. We added some bronzer and some blush, and it came out okay. This isn't necessarily my favorite look because of the foundation. It was way too light. But it is my foundation shade in regards to my skin. I just am a little bit darker right now. Next, I went in with my Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Plumper in the shade Bubblegum. I love using this thing, but I looked on the website and I can't believe I paid $29 for this thing. I don't remember paying $29 for this thing, but it definitely works. In retrospect, when I have paid $29 for it, but I can say it does kind of hydrate my lips. I don't know if it would hydrate anybody else's lips, but when my lips be ashy, I put on this thing and ash be gone, okay? As I was putting on the lip injections, I noticed that my freaking foundation, I didn't spread it up to my ear. Whew. But you guys see, I mentioned that in my last video, you see how it looks when you don't spread it up to your ear. It looks horrible. So please, if you're doing your foundation, don't forget that step. Blend that foundation up to your ears, because if your skin and your foundation look a completely different color, it's gonna look bad. As you can see, it looks bad on me, so don't make it look bad on you. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to look out for you, boo. So for concealer, I went in with my Tarte Beauty Shape Tape Concealer. The shade will be linked down below. And I also went in with my Fawn, or my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. In retrospect, I kind of wish I would have used just Fawn for this look, because the Tarte was giving a little bit too light under the eye. But I didn't see it until after the video was finished recording. I didn't notice it. You know, when you're doing your makeup and you actually look in the mirror and then you see like, oh shit, oops, excuse me, no cursing. And then you see, shoot, I can't think. And you see like there's something different in the mirror than what you saw from. It's just weird. Different lightings make everything look weird, and I have my studio light, so I can really tell that it was super bright. For contour, I also took my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I think this is in the shade Coffee. Everything will be listed down below. If you ever need reference, it'll always be there for the most part. If I forget, please leave me a comment if there's something that you want to know the name of under the video. So after blending out that concealer, we're going to warm her up by taking the Beauty Bakery Bronzer. And we're just going to apply that onto where we put our contour. Wherever we put our contour, we're going to apply that Beauty Bakery Bronzer. At this point, the foundation was looking a lot less lighter because I warmed her up. But as soon as I take my shirt off, it looks different. Next, for some reason, I don't know why I did this, and I kind of regret it, but I reverse contoured, and I did not like how it came out, but I wound up having to just brush it off because I didn't like how it was coming out. So it was making it a little bit more ashy, and I didn't want my face to look any lighter than what it was already looking. So next we tried the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Bora Bora. I was super excited to try this because I've seen it on TikTok. I'm going to pick out some more. And for the life of me, I could not figure out what the smell of this freaking blush was, or even if it had a smell at all. For some reason, I just couldn't figure it out. I spent a good 3 minutes trying to figure out if it had a smell. It kind of smelled like bubblegum, but then again, it didn't. So I just used a taper brush to apply that blush onto my face. I'm not really a blush girl. I am still getting into the blush, but I actually liked how this came out. My face is a little bit textured right now, so you could definitely see the texture on the face. I went ahead and applied some Laura Mercier onto that concealer. And I kind of regret doing that because it did make my face look a little bit lighter, and that was not the look we were going for. I also went back over that Laura Mercier that I did with the reverse contouring and just applied some foundation because it was giving too light, too bright, honey. So yeah, I just blended it out the best I could. And next I just did a little light nose contour. Then I went in with the same shade that I use for this look. And this is from the Bombshell Cosmetica palette. And I'm just applying that right onto my waterline just to create kind of like a soft smoky look. I then applied that cheesecake eyeshadow, which is kind of like a nude, into the inner corner of my eye. I then just went in with some lip lacquer, just some regular lip gloss, because I didn't really want to do a real lip for this look, just because I want it to be soft. I also didn't do my eyebrows for this look as well. I just sprayed on some setting spray, and this is the final look. I'm kind of iffy about it, but it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.